to nobility. Ollie dance through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Ollie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a clip. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. For road on the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Boo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide. The Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with a lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the smell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the smell, with little Boo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. Now for his mate, little Boo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Boo, his talons wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Boo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys
Salonia's fields a halfling stood tall, sea gray eyes a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, penned on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With bowler hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Grey, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
intersection. That's where it is.
Okay. Talking about Dufferin and DuPont. Yeah, that's right. We're coming from Toronto, live. Welcome back. My name's Coy. This is You Are Legion, the D&D game where you, the audience, that's right, you can be a part. Joining in and being part of the story as the gods themselves. Feel free to use those Eternity Crystals to give any character you like PC, NPC, advantage, disadvantage. You know, show some love to the DM once in a while, and you can write in the name of the character you want to be touched by the gods. My name, as I said, is Coy. I'm going to be your game master today, and I am joined by some awesome players. You might recognize some of them. Let me see. I have Sam Gilroy as the noble pirate wizard Thaddeus Turnpike. Last we saw Thaddeus...
2 weeks. Last we saw Thaddeus.
It's been 2 weeks. I apologize. We had a little democracy thing we had to deal with up here in Toronto near Dufferin. And
He was pissed off.
We were God. The gods. Come back to me, please. What happened to Thaddeus? I'm drawing a blank. You put me on the spot.
That's all good.
Go first.
You took your position as captain of the Apostate.
Yes.
Yeah. You were able to get a first mate, June the Turtle, as well as I think you found the gnome Fredorando, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Fredorando sucks. I remember that. Didn't do well with Fredorando.
Fredorando's an incredible navigator on dry land, and he has terrible sea legs, so it kind of balances itself out to a net zero. Yeah. Amazing. Let me see who else I can put on the spot. Next we have Sean Boyd as the Blue Dragonborn, Aelric Tiamaticus. Last we saw Aelric 2 weeks ago.
He was extremely mad because he perceived he won the wisdom check for the first time ever and perceived only to watch something come in without being able to react to it and take over his dear friend Harold. A bunch of squiggly beasts. He has taken on the role of kind of hunter in this little, trying to find what was making this sound. We were all going down into this area to try to find out what was making this kind of weird sound and feeling in the boat. And then and then suddenly I perceive, only in time to see, but not to help Harold. And now there's Harold on the floor getting infested.
What's next? Who knows? We'll find out this week, don't worry. But I want to introduce Claire Hogan as the Noble Kender and Cleric of the World Tree Zivelin, Arlie Candlewick. Last we saw Arlie 2 weeks ago. What can we remember? Intelligence check, history check.
Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm super prepared. Hi, me and Arlie we'd have this superpower of not being clocked into reality. Last time was it the library? Was it when she built the library for the really bad library that's full of like Farscape calendars and like
I love it. It was actually one of my favorite. Yes, an extremely, depending on who you ask, a very valuable library or a very useless library. But it kind of depends on the vibe. That. Yeah, depends if you're looking to pass the time with some crosswords or if you're looking to chart your course through the ocean. One of those you'll find a lot. Amazing. Correct. Thank you, Claire.
She's very proud of it.
Super. That's the best part, actually. My favorite part is that she's super loves this library. A few books might have fallen out of her arms on the way to the docks. We'll find out which those books were in a minute. And finally, our core playing group, Michael Keane playing as the halfling Harold Gray. Last we saw Harold, I think Sean just kind of mentioned it slightly. Last we saw
He knew
Harold.
only darkness.
He knew only darkness.
And cold.
And there's no better guest to deal with darkness and cold than, the warmest and friendliest of all, Eric Fournier, playing as Inpu. Welcome, Eric. You just finished up your last episode of Behind the Veil, which you run on Wednesdays.
Correct. Yeah, we last one for now. Mid-season break, taking a couple of months off to reestablish where the story is going, where the story will then progress to, Also, I need a break. I need a break to have my Wednesdays free to
Right.
do other things from
What's
time
it
to time.
What's it like, Eric? What's it like to have a night free? Anyways, thank you so much.
I have no idea, Coy.
Thank you so much for joining, Eric, and playing as rejoining us as the god Inpu, god of death, of weighing the scales, a god that we have found from ancient Egyptian mythology. If anyone wants to look that up, it's our own little variation here because we all like to keep things original. But yes, last 2 weeks ago, we were on the Maiden Voyage of the Apostate, a galleon with some strong ironwood ribs that had been refitted by Salome Turnpike and gifted to her brother, Thaddeus, who, with his crew, were able to pull together through crook or hook, trying to use those nautical terms, a little crew. And with this crew set off into the golden Emerald Sea, and they passed through the magical field that was defending Kalaman. And after passing through that magical field, they all leveled up to level 10. They felt touched by the gods again. Inpu showed up, said, I haven't seen you in a while. And then they all felt something, as Sean said. Aelric passed that a number of wisdom checks, and they all found themselves down in the hold, where we will now turn ourselves to. So the first thing I'm going to ask us to do tonight is for us to roll initiative. And I'm going to turn on a little bit of fun fight music. So I'd like to get everyone to roll initiative for us as we return. The last thing that happened was came down into the hold, saw a couple of crew members appearing, staggering a little bit, kind of drunk out of it. The crew closed distance on them, as you can see with our red tokens there on the north. And then Aelric succeeded in a wisdom check, saw a swarm of dark, kind of tentacled things come out of one of the wine barrel's sigils that had been stamped onto it, which was the sigil of the World Tree itself. These dark, this void swarm of kind of void tentacle creatures came out and engulfed Harold, and he fell incapacitated. And we are just getting all of our players rolling initiative here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say, Harold, you can roll initiative as well, just so that we have you in our initiative order so that we know where you sit. And I'll wait for your initiative, and then we're going to jump into our first round of combat of Season 2. That's crazy. We're at round 10. This is real, guys. Round 10, we're not playing around anymore. See,
Coy. So I'm just going to harp on this because I...
Harp away. Maybe you'll be a harper.
I'm the only one that perceived this thing coming at us. I was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Do I not get any advantage on this at all? Like, do I just get to, is it just the fact, because I got no reaction? They walked right by me without I got nothing, buddy.
Yeah, so they didn't walk by you. They came from the opposite side of Harold, so across from Harold. The wisdom check was to know where they came from. So for all the other party members, they just see this swarm like kind of appear out of whether it was hiding, they don't know what happened. By passing that perception check, you were able to witness where they came from, is what that was. Yeah.
Okay.
Harold, can you roll initiative, or is there something preventing you?
I'm trying to. My HUD is all weird.
Oh dear. Oh my.
Sorry.
That's totally fine. Yeah. Did we screw it up on you? Would you like me to roll initiative for you? I don't want to, or you can roll on a paper and I'll input it if you'd like. If you want to roll physical dice.
Sorry. 24.
24. Amazing. Harold always with a fairy, and yet, even with his 24, Harold is going to act second. So, starting us off with Thaddeus Turnpike. First action, Thaddeus, you were confronted. You are face to face with you and Arlie standing side by side, face to face by two of these crew members you barely know. They seem kind of drunk as they walk towards you. So what's triggered you into action was hearing the thump of Harold fall to the ground behind you. You turn, see this writhing swarm of kind of small, tentacled, almost bug-like creatures, but as a single unit, they almost form something darker than midnight. And you turn back to the crew member in front of you, his face very close to yours, so close that you can see his pupils. His pupils are large, almost like he's on drugs. And then you realize that his irises, what look like circles, are actually made up of 7 tentacles that move, and that his pupils are actually these tentacled things in his eyes themselves. What do you do, Thaddeus?
Hold on. I just had a new idea just as you finished speaking. I just need to see how many. All right, it's only one creature. Never mind. Well, I think we're going to see Thad do something that we haven't seen him do in a really long time, which is looking down, seeing the swarm of whatever that thing is overtake Harold. We're in close quarters. Don't know who these two people are. I'm gonna draw my my rapier, and in sort of the draw, I'm going to use the attack action, meaning I get 2 attacks, and I'm gonna booming blade the guy right in front of me.
Amazing. Okay, yeah. Give me an attack roll on this crew member in front of you.
Ooh, not great. 10.
With a 10. With a 10, the unnatural movement of this person mixed with the kind of rolling of the waves means your first strike goes wide and you miss.
All right, then in the sort of trying to come back, rather than attacking the person right in front of me, I'm going to try to feint and now just do a regular attack on the other one.
Cool. Give me a regular attack on the other one.
26.
26 hits.
6 damage.
6 damage with, let me give me a roll here. Amazing. What does it look like as you down this crew member?
I'm going to, it's like the second that the blade moves, it's almost just like this very quick surgical thing. I don't know what's happening. I'm being attacked, and I'm just going to slide it almost imperceptibly, like right into a kidney.
Cool.
Like just like the first, like I forget the name of our stage combat teacher, but he was always like, "What? You only need like 2 inches of the blade to go into a vital organ to like kill, or so, like 2 to 3."
Yeah.
So
not
I'm
much.
not doing a pitch. It's just this little surgical thing, and as the body tumbles, since I have whatever the mobility feat is called. What's my mobility feat? Yeah, it's mobile. Because I have mobile and I attacked both of them, I can just disengage, not provoke an opportunity attack. And I'm going to sort of step around and get like 20 feet back over there to give Arlek sort of the ability to push forward.
So with mobile, if you make an attack, you no longer are susceptible to opportunities, right? Do you have to succeed in that attack?
Your speed increases by 10 feet. When you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement on that turn. When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not.
Okay, so that's amazing. You attack both of them, even though you missed. So you walk over the fallen body of the comrade, and move your way.
And
Sorry, I just saw a
turn
Romeo and
around.
Juliet reference in the chat, and I want to give bonus points because always I'm directing Romeo and Juliet right now. Massive bonus points for Romeo and Juliet references. If anyone doesn't have inspiration as one of my PCs, you know how to get it.
All right, just bust out the Romeo and Juliet
Hell yeah,
quotes.
let's go for it. Shakespeare.
Let me go get my.
And we've already done "'Tis not as deep as a well, nor wise a church door," so that's one's taken. That goes to Adam
Be or not
5.
to be. No, wrong one. Damn it.
Darn it! Incredible. As I was reminded in our little backroom chat, right before the combat happened last week, 2 weeks ago, Inpu was able to throw out a quick hold person. The hold person, the crew member who is dead doesn't matter. The crew member who is alive just passed. By the skin of their teeth, as we like to say. So incredible. So you have done your 2 attacks. You have moved Thaddeus. Are you doing anything with your bonus action, or was that your booming blade?
No, boom. I get to cast a cantrip as one of my 2 attacks as a class feature.
Oh,
cool. Wait, what was it? No, I think I'm just gonna turn. I have no clue. That has no idea what's happening on his ship right now. I think that I'm gonna turn and assess the situation. And like I said, I've made space for somebody who's bigger.
Aylor can close in now for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing. So in that case, we are going to move next in our initiative order, which is Harold. Eric, would you like to take us away here?
I'd love to. Harold, as all of this commotion begins, the swarm of small tentacled creatures envelop you. You struggle to first fight back, but you are swallowed into darkness. The sounds of the bustling tall ship rocking in the waves begin to fade. The voices and visions of your friends, Aelric's commanding voice warning everyone of the imminent attack as he throws protective arm to shield Arlie of an incoming attack. Thaddeus's sharp and caring eyes becoming wide and alarmed as he realizes you are in danger, begins to slow down and fade into black silence. You see Thaddeus say something in alarm as he lunges forward to attack the 2 attackers that are the 2 the attack that he just did. But your vision starts to slow as it fades to black. Thad's worse, voiceless as the world goes silent. You find yourself in a void, so black it has forgotten what shadows look like. The silence is deafening and all-encompassing. The void is never-ending. You are there for what seems like an eternity, alone. But after a while, you feel as though you're being watched, studied. You sit in this silence. Suddenly, the sounds of birds chirping start to trickle in as your attention focuses on this new, welcoming sound. More sensations begin to flood your body. Soundless, the soundless cold void is replaced by birds chirping, the sound of wind blowing in the grass and leaves in the nearby tree, the smell of fresh air from green plains, and the warmth of the sun bathing the world and your body. You open your eyes and the light momentarily blinds you. Instinctively, you raise your hand up to the light to shield your eyes, allowing them to adjust and for you to get your bearings. Looking around, you take in the scenery of the endless fields of wheat. Rocky mountains fill the horizon on one side, and sand dunes, a desert on the other. You look up and notice that the sky is split into 2. One half, the half with the Rocky Mountains, a clear night sky, stars twinkling, the moon shining. The other half, the side with the desert in the horizon, a beautiful, clear summer sky, the sun shining down. You take it all in, and you realize that the sun and the moon are moving across oddly, arcing across the sky in their own respective halves, disappearing on the horizon on one side and reappearing on the other, just to travel the sky once again. As you're slowly taking all this in and wondering, how in the world, where am I? That's when you pause, shocked as you see it. One of the most familiar places, a place you haven't seen in a while. The home you made with Fiona. Where you and Fiona lived, where Angus was born and raised. And then you hear her voice, the voice you haven't heard in years. Oh, Harold, it's perfect. You turn to see Fiona's smile beaming. She looks down to you and moves towards you, arms wide, then moves past you. You follow her movement, and you see her bend down and hug a younger Harold. You remember this memory. It's the first day you arrived in your home in Solamnia. You stand there watching this memory play out in front of you, and you slowly sense the presence of someone walk up beside you to your right. Congratulations, Harold. You're dead.
Harold reaches out and brushes his fingers through the wheat, letting the stalks run over his fingers. Harold looks down at the earth and picks a clump of it up, smelling it, remembering the smell of the land. He sighs, says, "You know, this is the second time I've been brought somewhere familiar. But this time it feels different."
Not to sound arrogant, but that's partially because I'm here, because of the choices that you made and freeing me. I'm able to pause this moment, this time in your life where you seemed the most happiest. I thought this would be an opportune place for us to talk. I have a choice for you, Harold. You can be with Fiona and be done with your adventure. Or you can help me, and in turn help yourself and your son. I don't know about you, Koi, but I think that's a good time.
And with that, we are going to go back into the order of operations. Next is the Void Swarm. The Void Swarm is going to take a fly action of 30 feet, flying up the hole to the next deck up. This means that it will be leaving the, it will be free. Actually, no, it's there actually is a crew member right here. It is going to go over to this crew member. I didn't even see that crew member. And it is going to fill the space, the same space that the crew member is in. It hits, and it covers the crew, this crew member here that came down with you. They keel over, coughing and spluttering, grabbing at their face, tearing at their own skin as these little tentacled black voids grasp at at any exposed skin. Not dead yet, but very badly bloodied. That is the action of the Void Swarm. This person is going to panic and try to get away, which gives this swarm an additional attack. And this crew member falls, covered by the swarm, which brings us to Juniper, Arlie, Candlewick's turn. I'm going to give us we got to get our action music back.
I love torturing Harold. Okay. As someone who recently delighted in it.
How much psychic damage is Harold taking per turn, by the way? You didn't make that clear in chat. I mean, psychic damage is a type of damage in this game, so...
Harold is taking narrative damage.
The best kind of damage. Okay, so I want to play like Arlie is just gonna react instinctively to combat.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that she should have some kind of check to see if she just like goes off instinct or if she remembers that her hand is fried. But I
that would be a wisdom check. That would be a wisdom check. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing she's good at.
That's the thing you're good at.
I actually think it should be an intelligence check.
I mean, if you want it,
think?
Intelligence is about knowing things. Wisdom is about like doing the right thing. Normally.
All right, wisdom it is. Okay. I don't know what you want to. I mean, I guess I could set it, but you should set the DC because otherwise I'm going to choose the theatrical thing.
Well, did you roll you just rolled a flat 20? Or no, you rolled a 15 plus 5. So you rolled a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Because your wisdom is plus 5. So I'm going to say with a 20, you probably succeed. So, Arlie, you're going to put your hand out like as if to cast something, and you see in your own hand, you see like the remnants of that scarring that happened. That was what happened within the confines of Calaman. And you see it, and you take it gives you a moment of hesitation, lets you take a half breath, which allows you to actually break the habitual action you were just doing and act with intention. You can still choose to act whatever way you want, but you now have that awareness within your action.
So she's gonna extend her hand and then be like, "Stop!" Like, so either she's. I think maybe like an Arcana check to just, for some reason, to just like, am I going to eat shit if I cast? Like, I think either that or can she get to Harold? I'm going to go look.
Harold's right behind
I can't
you.
find the pop out.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm looking for the pop out. I can't pop my sheet out, so it's just taking up the whole boat.
Oh dear! You should be able to like
changed.
right-click on it. I haven't updated Foundry or anything, so if it has happened, I didn't mean it to. I apologize.
No, I don't think you did it. I think it's Foundry looks different for me. I think it's just doing something different.
Okay,
it's like fancier than it was last time.
Like
doesn't matter.
Your
Focus
character sheet.
Okay.
You mean
like literally the interface?
Oh,
like
weird.
Literally the Foundry interface.
How dare you! User interface upgrades.
Yeah, you changed something for me, and now I don't know how to do anything. Okay,
amazing.
You're right. He's right there. So actually, she's not going to spend. She is going. He's dead. Is he grappled? Like, what's his jam?
He is incapacitated, so he is on the ground, unconscious.
Okay, we'll go in for a medicine check then.
Yeah, perfect. Give me a medicine check.
Do that.
With a 16 medicine check, you're able to ascertain that like there's nothing external in terms of damage. Whatever's keeping him unconscious is some sort of magical effect.
She begins CPR. No, I don't know. She's feeling really. I think that's probably her action.
I would say
I
that
can't think. I
the
mean,
medicine check would be like your free action. If you still want to use an action, like whether it's a spell or whether it's like some sort of like, you could probably try to lift him up maybe, or whatever, if you want to do something like that.
he rolls him into the recovery.
You're also
position.
right.
No,
You're still right next to like there is like when you turn to Harold and like kneel down, there is a crew member who is like quite aggressive right behind you. You haven't left their range, so you haven't prompted an opportunity attack, but you are within combat range of one of these members.
Well, like take a melee defensive. I'm gonna put my body like so that Harold can have his unconscious time in the recovery
course.
position.
Nice.
And I will get in between them with
No fire, no wire, no glass, no gas. Incredible. So you do that, and then take out your. I think you have a mace, right? You have your.
I have a
magical
mace and I have a shield.
You can go for the knee
Not-
with your mace. Just bang.
Go. Yes. Do that. Sorry, I never roll melee. So.
Right?
Hey.
What is this? What is this thing? Is this combat? It's like that. What does that meme with the butterfly? It's Arlie being like, "Is this combat with my weapon?"
Yeah.
A 25 does hit. Incredible. Roll me damage.
I like. What is this combat? Whack! Oh, I'm really good at it.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't. 4 damage to the knee.
4 damage. Incredible. Arlie, what does it look like as you fell this second crew member?
I like to imagine that she's like she's got her shield up. She like dives down to like assess Harold, and is like, right, nothing I can do, and then takes her hand away from checking his pulse, and somehow just grabs the mace and like comes around, like spins, does a little spin.
I love it.
And
little quick
goes
check,
for the
turn
guy.
around, pow! Just takes the knees out. This second crew member is down. Well done.
Oh, I gotta say, Vicavar, Arlie is scared to use magic because she cast Dispel Magic back in Calaman, and her hand became like necrotic so she's scared to use magic. So she's fighting melee against.
Yeah. Also
guys.
in Calaman, she did a little bit of a like searching out to like touch, to commune with the gods, right? And reached out through the
you remember
tendrils of
that.
the world tree and found in the furthest tendrils that reach into the great void beyond creation, something was watching back, and she was able to disconnect before it found her. So there's something that Arlie is quite concerned about. You can look back and look at the Call of Claire Thulu's miniseries to get a sense of what was going on. That's where it comes back from that. Incredible. Any bonus action or movement you'd like to use, Arlie?
No, I'm gonna stay put. Hold on, let's move. I think so. Let's look at the. Yeah, no, I'm good. That guy's. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Perfect. Cool. In that case, we are going to go to Aelric's turn.
Are we below sea level?
In the hold, we are. Yeah.
Fuck. All right. That's where the void is?
Right here, just to your southeast.
Yeah.
It is like a swarm of mini voids. Little tentacled
Yeah.
void swarm.
How tall are these little... What is this?
Those bundles?
So I see the barrel. Yeah, what is that? How tall is that?
Yeah, so the hold you're in is slightly under 10 feet. It's like, it's kind of low. There's like, in terms of with like the ribbing and everything, you probably have to duck down between the joists.
I gotta move now. Okay, I got it. Right, so I'm gonna move over here with that is, if I can get my guy to move. I don't know why he's not moving. There we go. That's half my movement, and then I'm gonna wheel around, and I'm gonna breathe on these things.
Okay, you won't be able to share the same space as that.
Well, that's okay as long as I'll I'll slam into this. I'll kick this crate over there.
Yeah, hell
and get
yeah.
it out of the way.
Poof.
There we go.
Okay,
I just need
perfect.
the clearance so I don't blow through the hull with this.
Amazing. So we're doing a
Lightning
cone, right?
Yeah, so they should take it right where I am is exactly they're just at range.
Cool. So they
With the
like
thing,
kind of
the
like
long-
this sort of vibe.
Nope, other direction. Oh no, this isn't a cone. This is a blast of electricity, right?
So it's a line, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So in that case, it's this.
Yeah, it's only 5 by 30. It's 30 feet by 5 feet, 30 feet long
so
and
it's
5
this.
feet across.
Is that
Yeah.
accurate? Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's going to be a blast of lightning breath. Is that right?
That's right.
Amazing.
And it's a Dex DC of 15.
Dex DC of 15. Okay. Cool. I'm going to give you a Dex saving throw. That was a nat 20.
Yeah, they
Nat
did a great
20.
job on that saving throw.
So it's almost like the void just opens up and the lightning fires through and then collapses back again.
So it takes no damage.
So is it going to be half damage with a successful?
Yeah, half damage.
Give me half damage.
3.5.
3.5. So that's, I think damage is rounded down. So that's going to be 3 damage. Amazing. Welcome, Vikavar. Thanks for joining. I know we missed last week, but we're in the middle of combat. It's going to be crazy. That was your action. That was your movement. Any bonus action or anything for you, Elric?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and chromatically infuse my my non-magical sword.
Sweet. The silver sword, right? Because you have a silver and you have
That's
a
right.
magical. Yeah, sweet.
Yep.
So you're going to infuse your... And you get to choose what element.
I'm gonna stick with.
Wait. Vikavar tried to give it disadvantage.
Oh, sorry, Vikavar. Yeah, happy to do that.
500,
We can do
yeah.
disadvantage. Another saving throw coming in. Still gonna be a 25. 18 on the dice.
Well, thank you, Vic Kavar. I appreciate it, buddy. That was a good move. Damn it. I'll just stick with the lightning.
Cool. So you have a magical sword in your right hand, lightning silver sword in your left hand. You've just breathed your lightning breath, and that's your turn. We are going to go back to last of the round, Inpu. Eric, you tell me, where are we going? Are we going to stay here for or are we going to move first?
I'm going to stay here for this one,
Yeah.
for this round, actually.
Cool.
So Impu is going to Impu feels nothing coming from these creatures. It feels like these creatures feel very alien to him, but also very familiar, and so he's going to. He doesn't like being right next to them, and so he's going to move to over here next to Arlie. And he's going to cast.
I will make a note that both Inpu and Aelric have moved and not elicited an opportunity attack, having been standing next to the void. I'll just mention that.
Oh yeah.
Point of information.
Well, all right then. Good to know. And where'd the spell go? Where'd the spell go? Spirit Shroud. Gonna cast Spirit Shroud to basically calling forth spirits around to basically start to swirl around and to protect anyone within 10 feet of Impu. So
it a
the
circle?
call forth spirits of the dead
Yeah.
with flit around you, and for the spell's duration, the spirits are intangible and invulnerable until the spell ends. Any attack melee you make deals an extra 1d8 extra damage. If I hit a creature within 10 feet of me, the damage can be radiant, necrotic, or cold, my choice. Of course, if I use cold, then their movement is decreased by 10 feet.
Okay, so you get to choose the element every time?
Mhm.
Cool. So I've made a little circle of 10 feet around you, so you can just...
Amazing.
So you can see that.
Cast a spell is an action. Don't think I have a bonus action to attack.
I'm gonna say, according to the system, and I, might as well trust the system that we're all using. According to the system, the swarm is technically outside of the 10-foot circle right now.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
Okay, cool.
I distanced myself and then created the swarm so that
If it were to
they
enter,
decide to move.
love it.
Exactly. Right. I'm trying to put distance between myself and them, but also basically create a wall so that they have to go through me.
Gotcha.
If they want to attack anybody else.
Sweet. Got you. Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Copy
right?
that.
Even though they move before I do. Anyways. For a bonus action, may I draw my weapons?
Yeah. I think
'Cause
that's
I've been wanting to do this.
You can draw your weapons as a free action. I'm
Awesome, because I've been wanting to do this since the very first time I showed up, and we never got into combat that time. Impu is going to reach behind him, and suddenly shadows start to form around his hands, and he draws from behind his back 2 scimitars made out of shadow, and then eventually they slowly form into a shining, gleaming black metal. And he just basically stands there and readies his action in case the swarm decides to move. As I said, move in this direction. He's going to try to fend them off.
Getting ready. Amazing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in a different time and space.
Harold. The gods have returned. And with them, slowly, the representatives will also slowly start coming back. I need a representative because 400 years in Legion has left a lot of toll, a lot of souls that I need to take care of. I would like you to be my representative, to help me with my task. This is, of course, your choice. You can say no, and as I said earlier, your adventure can be over, and you can be with Fiona. But not your son. I'm very sorry to tell you. Your son has not passed on. They are still trapped.
Why am I here? Impu. I'm not a good man. The only acts I've ever committed out of selflessness have been for Fiona and for Alfred. I released the gods for Fiona. I was willing to visit calamity upon the world for her, and now an entire island of people has been wiped off the map. For what? The sake of my love? And I am so tired. I am so tired. Is she here?
No. Here in this space is only your memories. You can relive those moments, but they're only a memory.
That's not good enough.
I know. Her spirit is still next to your body. What is left of it, of course. And she's waiting for you to make the choice. What I'm offering you, Harold, is a chance to help redeem yourself. Redeem the choices that you have made. Balance your scales. This is not the first time that I've done this. When I see someone who is invaluable to the world, who deserves it, that is when I give this offer.
Where is my boy?
Your boy joined the Solar Knights, did he not? He made a vow he promised to protect Solamnia. A choice that I made some 400 years ago was twisted. And the contract that he signed, the oath that he made, allowed the Knights of Solamnia to enslave his soul, to continue fighting without his consent. He has no choice. I fear I'm almost certain that he is still out there and his soul is slowly deteriorating. I don't know how long, how many times he's fought, how many times he's died.
Send me back.
And with that, we're going to return to the next turn. This is going to be top of round 2. That is Thaddeus. Thaddeus, let's get our combat music going again. Thaddeus, what do you do at the top of round 2?
I like to think it's a hard cut to Thaddeus, like really quickly, like his staff is sort of balanced and he's just like getting a booger out and then he's like grabbing his staff again in midair. Just not at all clued into what's going on. So I'm going to be, it's a swarm, right?
Yes.
How does swarm rules work? If I melee attack it, it only deals like half damage or some, like what do I have to do to deal full damage to it?
So swarms take, they have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. And they are also able to fit through small holes. And they are able to occupy another creature's space and vice versa.
All right, so after I flick the booger and sort of grab my staff, I bang it down and I curse before y'all hear me casting Shadow Blade at a 4th level.
Amazing. Okay.
And now I still have enough movement. I have 40 feet of movement, so I can get within range of the swarm. If everybody else seeing the big guy back off and now clocking that it's like a swarm, and I'm going to just barrel myself down. Using 25 feet of movement, and I'm going to attack with my 3d8 Shadow Blade.
Beautiful.
And the first one is going to be a booming blade on top of it.
Cool.
Does a 15? No, it has an 18 dexterity. A 15 doesn't hit, right?
15 does not hit.
All right.
So
So
as
now
you
I'm
slash through, it's just like cutting through water.
I'm gonna come back again now with a regular attack. Wow, I'm rolling terribly tonight. 11 doesn't hit.
It's almost as if, yeah, like you're slashing the shadows of your blade and the abyss. They're almost like working in. It's like they're following the way a dolphin will swim along the front prow of a ship at sea. These
Dad,
swarming
the gods have
tentacles.
spoken.
The gods have
Dad,
spoken. You
the
get
gods have
advantage
spoken.
on that second attack.
Okay.
And you get advantage from Kevin, so you get advantage on both of those attacks.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're going back to the booming blade then. Let's
Hell
see.
yeah.
Let's see if I can. The digital gods will be nice to me tonight. 22.
That hits.
All right. So let's calculate this.
This is your
Out
booming
with the
blade.
booming.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a booming blade now. So it's going to be 3d8 psychic damage no matter what.
Amazing.
And then it's 2d8. It takes an additional 1d8. Wait.
When it moves.
No, it deals 2d8 when I hit, and it's going to deal an extra 2d8 if it moves.
Right, because we're high level. Amazing.
Yeah, because we're at the thing. So this will be the 3d8 plus attack. Sorry, it's been a long time since combat. +4.
It's been a while. This is our first combat session.
So it's just going to take 15 psychic damage. Does it have any resistance to the psychic damage itself?
No resistance to the psychic. No. So that is full
Okay.
15 damage that it will take.
And now it's going to take 2d8 thunder damage. 11.
Another 11. Incredible. Well done. And you get advantage on the second attack as well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm coming back in for another 3d8. 25, that'll hit.
25
Thank
hits.
you, chat, for the gods. All of the praying and all the currying favor I've been doing over the last several games. Building that shrine in the ship has paid off.
Yeah, fully.
This is an extra 3d8 psychic damage. 7, unfortunately.
Another 7 damage. Incredible. A lot of good damage done.
I moved 25 feet, so I'm just gonna jump back another 5 feet out of its range, just so it has to trigger Booming Blade to hit anything.
Amazing. It doesn't have an opportunity attack at this point, so
Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
yeah.
Because I attacked it.
yeah, so you are out of its range. Clearly. Amazing.
yeah,
Any other
yeah,
actions?
I'm just gonna use a free action to shout to the godforsaken Kender, just like, Herald! Like it's like a question, like a status, you know. No, actually it's in Kender, so it's just gonna be New York. I'm walking. Herald!
I'm walking here. Harold's walking here. Is he gonna walk again? That's the question.
Is he gonna walk again?
Amazing. And that finishes Thaddeus' turn, which brings us back to Harold's turn. Last he said, bring me back.
Impu takes a moment to nod. Harold, you will become one of my vessel. But need not worry. I will not ask you to become a cleric representative. For I feel that in this moment, I need something older. The gods have not chosen a champion in a very long time. You will be my first in over a millennia. Taking this on, you will have responsibilities of... Sorry, lost the word. You will have responsibilities that are my responsibilities. You will be a judge. You will balance the scales. And I want you to... One second. Where was it? My apologies, chat. Checking my notes. Impu needs to check his notes.
Oh,
the reason why...
Thank you, Larian. Love that sub. Always gotta love a sub. What do we do? Heart, hands, big time. Thank you.
The reason why I've chosen you, Harold. Yes, you have done some things in your life that you regret. But I chose you because you have a very, very strong conviction. And I want you to embrace your conviction. I don't want you to hold back. There are beings in this world who have long outlived their usefulness and their purpose. There are souls who are lost, who need to find their way home. And there are souls who are entrapped and who need help to be freed. I want you to do what you do best, Harold. I want you to go out into this world and enact my justice as my champion. Send them to me. I will make the final decisions. With this comes great abilities, one of which being a representative of the dead. You will be able to be with your Fiona. That trinket that I gave you, you will be able to do that pretty much all the time. But a warning. Her soul linked itself to you and never left your side, but it never had guidance. And so while she is there, she sees you, you can hold her, sort of. Part of her has already moved on. But she will be able to help you more than she has already. Through her, you will be able to act. And see what she sees. And feel what she feels.
Amazing. I'm going to say we're going to move on from this. Harold, you hear these words. You take on this responsibility, this mantle. And as you make a final nod and blink through the tears, you breathe your first real breath in maybe 12 seconds. It's not been that long. And you find yourself on the floor in the hold. It is your action.
Okay. Harold stands up. He feels older somehow. As though all the years just caught up with him. I look around the room. What do I see?
Standing over you is Arlie. Next to her, Inpu. Beside him, Thaddeus. Behind them, about 20 feet, is Aelric. In between your friends lie 2 dead bodies, felled crewmen, newly recruited to the Apostate. In front of, on the opposite side to your south, you are at the bottom of the ladder here, is this void, swarming, whirling tentacles, tiny little pieces of abyss, over top of a 3rd dead body of your crew.
Harold sits halfway up and looks around. Where is Fiona?
You don't.
She's right next to you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say she's
No,
right
no.
next. I was gonna say she's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna she's right next to you, and looking at you, and senses your needs and puts out a hand, sort of like to help you up.
Reach out to take her hand and feel my fingers go through hers. And I pause with my hand outstretched in the air, and then, as though on instinct, Harold reaches out his other hand towards the swarm of creatures. And from it emerges 2 bolts that are like an absence, not a darkness, because as any child knows, darkness has a mass. They're what exists beyond light and beyond the dark. What's the... I'll roll to attack. First one misses. Unless the AC is 10 or less, which I doubt.
No. Second one
25?
hits. That hits.
Okay. Slash...
And you got
Damage.
the gods have spoken, so you get a reroll on your first attack roll.
Oh, wow, okay. That's great, because the second one was a critical hit. So. The first one still misses, but the second one's
Critical hit.
So I'll take
Amazing, yeah.
It. Does 15 base. What is the damage type again? 15 base force damage. The creature is also moved backwards, away, 10 feet. If it cannot move 10 feet, it moves 5 feet and is, hit against the wall, but there's no damage from that additionally.
Amazing. So yeah, forced back into that that aft starboard corner. The first bolt, blackness into blackness. It's lost, no visible effect. The second bolt fired, goes into that darkness. What does it look like when the blackness from Harold matches this swarm of abyss?
Tiny spots, like when you rub your eyes in the places where it intersects with the creature. And briefly, the area behind the ship is visible through this mass where the bolt passed.
Amazing. And then, like a swarm of bees following their queen, the whole mass is pulled back into the corner where it now roils. Anything else on your turn, Harold? Oh, you're on mute now. Sorry, we lost you on mute, Harold. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh, I hadn't realized muted myself. I can't control this token. As a bonus action, Fiona will move 1 east and 2 south.
Right there? And
Yeah.
I will give you control right now of that token.
Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, you should have it now. There you go. And that's going to be Harold's turn, which will lead us to the swarm itself. The swarm is going to fly up 1 level to the next deck over. This means that it will leave the attack range of Fiona.
I have an opportunity attack.
Amazing.
Also, may I point out that the
And it takes a
creature was
booming
forced to move.
So it
It
didn't
was
get the
forced to
booming
move. So
blade.
does it get booming blade
It
when
didn't
it's
get
forced
the
to
booming
move?
blade because it was forced to move, but now it's chosen to, so it does.
Ah, there we go.
Exactly. Well done.
I was like,
done.
I know there's a
5 thunder damage. As it moves, there's suddenly like within all of that weird energy, there's just sort of been this like tackling, like magic sort of electricity in between all the molecules that as soon as it moves, there's just this loud boom and it takes 5 extra damage.
Amazing. I love it. It's like watching a depth charge from underwater. Just this like, it's like a swarm of fish and a depth charge in the center where it kind of expands and then collapses back in. Lots of damage dealt, but it is still going to move up, and it is going to go. This is 10 feet ceiling to the next floor. It says 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But it is leaving. So Fiona is able to take an opportunity attack.
Yeah, and so I'll take advantage of my Warcaster feat, and I will cast Spell.
Amazing, yeah. Fully.
I will cast Command.
Okay.
The command will be Hold. My spell save DC is 16. And the command is I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, command. So command, if I'm not mistaken, is the charmed condition. Is that right? Or what is it?
A creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or it must obey the command until it ends its next turn.
Amazing, and it doesn't count as a charm, right? It's not. It doesn't count as like a charmed. Incredible.
No,
yeah.
it does not.
Amazing. Okay. In that case, it needs to roll a wisdom saving throw of, you said 16, is that right?
My spell save DC is 16.
Amazing. Okay. This is a big saving throw. 12. With a 12, it fails its saving throw, which means it does not. It starts to travel up. Would it take the booming blade damage in that case? It won't take the booming blade damage because it has not moved. So that is going to be 5 damage back, but it is still under the effect of booming blade. It just has started to move. It was restrained by a spell, has not left its square, still under the cackling potential energy of that booming blade. But it also has not left and gone towards more vulnerable members of your crew. Incredible use of your reaction there. Let me just double check if there's anything else. There is something that's going to happen here. It is going to... Okay, it rolled a 2, and I'm also going to roll a d4. Amazing, some good rolls. Let me just... I need to make sure I'm doing this. Incredible. You see that the swarm, trapped as it is, unable to attack anything, turns tiny members of the swarm turn on each other, attacking each other, twisting and pulling them apart. It deals damage to itself with the seething feature, meaning that it has to damage itself if it does not make an attack in that turn. Incredible. That is going to be the Void Swarm's action, and that takes us to Arlie's turn.
Okay, so do I understand correctly that the swarm is the purple area on the map, right?
No, let me move. That purple area is actually a spell that Inpu has cast, which is like a kind of a defensive perimeter. He's allowed to do some damage for any creature that comes in, and so right now the swarm is actually here. I'm going to make it a little easier to see because I made it a bit transparent.
Oh yeah. There they are.
But I'll make it a little easier to see by making it more opaque. There you go.
Well, I think it's like,
I will mention, just because some crazy stuff has just happened, Harold woke up. You're not sure when this happened, but there is a ghostly figure of a orcish woman beside him. He cast some magic you've never seen him cast before. And then this ghostly figure moved closer to the swarm and seemed to utter out of its silent mouth a spell, and you almost, like through ventriloquism, heard Harold's voice from her position as she spoke the spell words. It was like, Harold's in front of you, but you heard the voice coming from her over there, and that is the position you are starting your turn in.
So maybe Arlie's jaw just like drops, just like she's know-it-all, right? So she thinks she knows everything, but she doesn't know what this is. And maybe we'll do an Arcana check, or what? I don't know what you would get.
Arcana check seems appropriate. Yeah, I think you might get advantage with your. Do you with?
Well, thank God. Wait, do I?
Let me double check, because as a cleric of light,
knowledge
cleric
cleric
of knowledge, you get Your proficiency is doubled with Arcana.
Yeah, you're. Mhm.
I'm not sure if you get. I'm not sure if you actually get. Yeah, maybe you don't actually get advantage. I think it's you also get.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay, blessings of. Your proficiency is doubled for any checks. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I did not roll very well on that. I don't think I know what's going on.
A 7. Is that right? A 5
a
on the
12.
dice. A 12. Okay, so yeah, 5 plus 7 equals 12. This is some magical shit. The god of death showed up, and then there's some dead people. Harold died, and now he's not dead. With a 12 Arcana, you can tell that Harold is changed on a deep, fundamental level. On the level where Arcana exists, which is kind of the fabric of existence.
Arlie's gonna interpret that and be like, right, so maybe the gods are on our side. And she's gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Amazing. So as
she's gonna just interpret that as a positive omen. All of it. Right, of course. Yes. Yeah. Fantastic.
This must be. Amazing. Give me a straight D20 roll.
Of it. I roll. Right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Incredible. Now roll your spell. Guiding Bolt.
Right. Oh. In Foundry, Claire. In Foundry. That is where you want to click the buttons. Sorry, I had it loaded up on them.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
I apologize. Standard roll. Yes. What happened? Did it work? Attack. Normal. Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does hit. Incredible.
Okay. Let's go for... How do I make it do damage now? How do I click the damage? Oh, there it is. We're good.
Okay. 13.
13.
Beautiful. The 13 damage. What does it look like as you cast Guiding Bolt?
I want to say like a vine of the tree of knowledge, all golden, flicks out and the form.
Love it. So this golden new growth vine from the tree, the world tree itself, pulls itself out of. Well, your shield would be your symbol, because the shield has the symbol of the world tree, and that's your arcane focus as a cleric.
Because my own thing disintegrated.
Has disintegrated, yes, but you have your +1 shield on you. Out of the crest of your shield, one of the roots expands. This celestial root coils itself like a vine in spring, still ready to expand, quickly whips out across the space, grabbing this void, and you see a huge swath of these creatures just evaporate, not into darkness, but into little sparkles of light, like kind of crackling of fireworks. And then, instead of retreating, the vine lingers, and a blackness creeps through the tips, back towards you, back all the way through to your shield, and you are going to take 13 damage, Claire.
Oh! Okay, amazing.
The Guiding Bolt also gives advantage on the next attack against our Void Swarm, I believe. So there is, as the little pop and crackles of these little tentacled creatures disappear, there is advantage on whoever takes the next attack. They are clearly visible, and now is a prime opportunity to attack. Wonderful. Anything else you'd like to do, Arlie?
Flinch. But that's it. Yeah.
Just a little flinch.
Quite shocked. But nothing formal, no.
Amazing. Nothing yet. Wonderful. That'll take us to Aelric. Your second turn.
Aelric is going to Misty Step right here,
Cool.
and then just bring the thunder.
Hell yeah.
I mean, ideally we'll bring the thunder.
There's only one way to find out. By the way, the
So
Void
this
Swarm
will-
looks it is below half hit points at this point.
So this is with advantage. Is
It
this right?
is. Yeah.
It's not allowing me to choose that on my.
Oh,
here
we
we
can
go.
just. Oh, yeah.
I got it. Yeah, there we go.
Sweet. 22
Okay.
does hit.
And then on the second sword, which. Natural 20 in there on that second one, buddy.
Oh, with your and that's your infused
That's right.
weapon that has the
That's
lightning.
right.
Hell
That's
yeah! The
right.
way we do critical damage here at UR Legion is full damage. We do full possible damage. Whatever you could have done, that's full. Then we roll as normal on top of that. So critical damage is very dangerous here, but bad guys can do it too. Yeah, Michael, what's going on?
I owe you a damage roll then, because that's not
Yes.
how I calculated it. Yeah.
That's true.
I'll just pop that in for you. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Is it still alive then?
It is still alive. Unfortunately, it is still alive.
All right. Great. Well, here's the first damage from this first sword. Big 07. And then the second one is max damage. Is that right?
Fat 7. That is 7 piercing, right?
Oh, wait. This is the wrong sword. That's with the silvered longsword. I'm sorry. That should have been 1d8 plus 4
It's 12.
plus. Huh?
12.
Yeah. And then there's a 1d4 bonus for the infused electricity, so that would be another 4.
Okay, but so we rolled a 7 plus the 12. So that's going to be 19 piercing damage.
Sure.
Is that right? So 19 piercing damage because it is a swarm that is halved. So that's going to be halved to 11. And then the lightning damage is 4 plus d4. Is that right?
No, it's just 1d4, so it's 4.
But it's a critical hit, so you get the full damage plus your roll. So 1d4 is 4 plus 1d4.
That's okay. Gotcha. So plus 3.
So
7 more.
7 more lightning damage, which it takes normally. It is not resistant to lightning damage. Incredible. Huge amount of damage. It is bloodied.
I've not done my damage for my other one though.
Mm-hmm.
For Shadow Spark.
True. Yeah, which did hit.
13.
13. That is 13 piercing, halved to 6. Because it is slashing.
Yeah.
Incredible. Very, very like the swarm that once was large enough to engulf a person has now whittled away to a quarter of that size.
I haven't done my other 2 attacks yet though.
Go for it.
These are with advantage or no?
You've already used the advantage on the
Gotcha.
guiding bolt,
Just making
so
sure how-
yeah. So these are
Just
flat.
making sure. Yeah. $15.
A 15 will not hit.
Okay.
But wait, there's
16.
more. A 16 will also not hit.
Okay.
Eric is a one man. Yeah, he doesn't need any of the rest of the party. They'll deal with politics. He'll deal with the killing. Incredible. Super deadly.
And I've already done my.
We have an advantage.
Oh, Vikavar! Come on, Elric! Come on, Elric! You got advantage on one of those attacks.
Oh wow.
And Kevin the Fight Guy,
Thor-
so you get advantage on both of those second attacks. The
God
gods.
Thor and God Vikavar the Just has given you advantage.
Amazing. The gods will be heard.
Hey, thank you. I like Discord went frozen for me. Like as soon as I rolled that other thing, so you guys were all frozen. What happened?
You just got advantage on your second 2 attacks.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Thanks, buddies. Let's see if this will work. No.
13, but you get to roll 25 does. So your silvered longsword, that is a hit. So that's going to be 5 damage halved to 2, and then 4 lightning. Amazing. Is that your full turn? Do you have like 5 more attacks or something, Elric?
Oh, if I hadn't have Misty stepped, we'd have something else, but I did.
God.
So
You're terrifying. You're absolutely terrifying. Incredible. That's going to finish Aelric's turn. And because we are at that time, I think it's worth taking a little bit of a bio break. We are 10 past 9 right now. So I'm going to say we are back. I know. I'm so sorry, Eric. We had some cool RPing with you, and everyone else needs a little pee-peeing, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's a little dad joke to take you to break. We'll be back at 9:20. That's for playing. So my party, I will ask to come back a little bit before that. But it's a good solid 20-minute break. Thank you so much for joining us. This was awesome. We'll be back to finish up this combat and maybe see what's next. Who knows?
To nobility, Ollie dance through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destinies down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Audie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destinies down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a clip. For Thaddeus turned, I command his ship. For good of the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Bubo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty turnpike line he hails, with the lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the smell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the smell, with little Bubo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. And now for his mate, little Bubo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Bubo, his talons wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Bubo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the turnpike, the legend, the tale of Thaddeus and Bubo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The seas in their blood, magic in their heart. The legend, the tale of Thaddeus and Bubo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The seas in their blood, magic in their heart.
In Solonia's fields, a halfling stood tall, sea gray eyes, a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, penned on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With boulder hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, He feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain, the list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Gray, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
from Sylvania Street Heart, where ancient forests of wisdom start. Love will steady, sharp and true, a sentinel watching over you. Elven whispers call me Fred the Cur, beloved brother protecting without fear. Blood of forest gone beyond compare, a chosen guardian with sacred stare. I ride the twilight, fierce and free. Hail of thorns, my deadly decree. Magic and arrow, both swift and bright. A chosen guardian with sacred stare. I ride the twilight, fierce and free. Hail of thorns, my deadly decree. Magic and arrow, both swift and bright. Standing guard against the coming night. Distances untold, knife edge precision, deadly and bold. Hail of thorns, my mystical art, unleashing magic from my heart. Hosts of enemies fall like rain, my arrows strike with righteous pain. These powers inside, they whisper and roar, uncontrolled, untamed in my core. Magic and martial, balanced and bright, a guardian standing against the night. I am Bubo, prophecy's sun, when darkness rises, our judge begun. I herald sing, my magic burns, the fate of worlds forever turns.
Boom, we're back on time like I promised. What is it? A Lannister always keeps his promises? Yeah? I'll be a Lannister for today.
Pays his debts.
A Lannister always pays his debts. And my debt to you was more gameplay. And I'm going to pay it in full. So, next we have, bottom of round 2, Inpu gets his turn. What do you want to do? Action first? Bonus action first? Movement first? Anything is possible. That's how 5e works, guys. Read the rules.
Yes, I was debating on what I was going to do, because I was like, Sacred Flame sounds like a lot of fun, but we're on a ship, in the bowels of a ship. It might not be a good idea.
Below the waterline.
Below the waterline, exactly. Impu is going to... Where did it go?
Vigovar does make a point that Sacred Flame is radiant damage, not fire damage. Because it is a sacred flame.
Oh, this is true. Well, then, thank you, Vigovar.
Say no more, Governor.
say no more. Impu will will surge forward
Mm-hmm.
to place. How far do I have to go to surge forward to place this ray of circle?
You want to be right.
This ray of frost
Oh, let me
circle.
move that circle with you.
Oh yeah, sorry, thank you.
You'll have to
Am
move
I
one
close
more
enough
south.
now?
You'll have to move one more
Okay.
south.
I will do that.
Boom.
I will move forth. I will surge forward to essentially be right beside this creature.
Heck yeah.
And I will cast Sacred Flame. As I'm moving forward, Impu is drawing his energies into himself with his swords, and then putting them together and slamming them forward in a cross sort of symbol onto the creature, so like into the trying to take up this. Yeah, basically like just basically focusing the energy onto that point and then forcing the Sacred Flame into the swarm, to which the swarm must do a Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 18 on the dex saving throw, so I think they pass.
I think you pass.
They.
Yes. Yes, they pass.
If the Void Swarm
Dang it.
were to go into a Zoom call, it would say Void Swarm bracket it/they end bracket.
No worries. Yeah, well, that's a cantrip. So that was
Vikavar just gave disadvantage, so it is going to roll again.
Eee.
Rolling again. It fails on the disadvantage.
Hey,
Yes,
nice.
rolled a 12 on the
and,
reroll. Incredible.
And of course, casting this. Let's see here. Am I allowed to choose what casting level I'm?
Can
I'm
you
actually at
upcast?
I'm level 10, so actually
that
no, it just
means-
increases every time you reach a level. So it just automatically levels up.
Yeah, at level 10,
I do.
it'll be. Jeez.
It'll be
Sacred
2d8
Flame,
plus 3.
Level 10.
2d8 plus 3 plus my bonus. So normal. Yeah, so 18 radiant damage, and the ghosts that are swirling, the spirits that are swirling around us are going to add to that.
Wow.
Adding, how much are they adding again? Second, gotta remember what they're adding. Spirit Shroud adds...
My own little void cat is very complaining today.
It will add 1d8 because I casted it at a basic level. So 1d8.
1d8. This is cold damage?
Actually, I can change it. Yeah, I'll make it cold damage.
Okay.
Make it cold damage.
You have the chance to end this creature with rolling a natural 8.
Remember I asked you how does divine intervention work for me? Being a divine god myself.
Yeah, I do remember you asking me that. I remember not giving you an answer.
All right, let's see. May the gods ever be in my favor. Oh, no, they're not.
3.
That's a 3.
Amazing. So with that 3, that is what type of damage?
Frost. Cold.
Frost damage. As it is resistant to frost, it is going to take half rounded down, so that is 1 damage. Yeah. Any other actions you'd like to use, or movement or anything?
An attack. Trying to remember what I have for my bonus actions. My apologies. Where did things are in the way? Bonus action 1. Where'd you go? No, I don't have. I mean, like I have 2-weapon fighting, so I can try to slice and cut with my swords, but
you've already used your action for attack, right? Can you do?
Yeah,
a spell
I have
I think it's only if you
I
make
have
like a weapon attack you can make a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Gotcha.
That's basically what I'm getting to. So no. Yeah.
Cool. What began as a swarm has now diminished to the point where it is maybe a handful of like when you blink your eyes and get sunspots, these little kind of almost dark spots floating in space. Maybe 5, maybe 8, just a few of them, little tiny. At this point, because there are so few of them now that they're separated, you can see that they look like little 7 tentacled, almost floating squid-like creatures, but made out of pure ichor or darkness, something deeper than darkness, a void. But you feel like they're all looking at you, each of you. Next is going to be Thaddeus Turnpike, with top of round 3 acting.
There's no way. Can I like through that scrum? Can I somehow get within melee range, even though they have that like totally surrounded?
So the only way for you to get into melee range would be to pass by your allies into the space that the swarm is in, because you can because with swarms you can occupy the same space as them.
Do I take instant damage for occupying the same space as them?
Nope, not instant. Nope.
All right.
Keyword not instant.
If I move out of the swarm, do I take damage?
You would be eligible for an opportunity attack. Yeah.
And that thing is is it?
It is on the verge. It is barely like it's at this point. It's just a few individuals remaining. It is like on the almost nothing left, but too dangerous to leave undealt with.
I sort of just completely have had enough of this situation and flabbergasted by Harold's sudden extreme magical proficiency out of nowhere, thinking this whole situation is very weird and wanting to end it. I am going to barrel directly into the swarm space.
Hell yeah. I'm going to make it a little invisible for you.
Mechanically, it's going to be no different than if I was using my weapon. But if these attacks hit, I'm going booming blade first,
okay,
as is customary. 15.
15 will not hit.
All right, regular attack.
13 will not hit. There's so few of them now, it's almost hard to hit them.
Cool. Even if they're weak in state, yeah, I'm just gonna bonus action Misty Step out of there.
Cool. Yeah. And that means no opportunity attack elicited because it's a magical teleportation.
And I'm gonna pop back there.
Cool.
And sort of a land like midair and then flop down on the dead crewmate because it's sort of like a blind cat. You know, they're all around me.
Love it. Yeah.
That would be the unfortunate turn of Thaddeus Turnpike.
It sounds like an awesome autobiography.
I had such a cool kill. If I had gotten it, shame.
Shame. All right. Well, you know, narratively, it might work with Harold's turn. You're up, Harold. Oh, you're muted. Sorry. We're all rooting for you, Harold.
Okay. Arlie. When you looked away from Harold towards the creature to see Thad move into it, out of the corner of your eye, you see movement. And where Harold was standing, he is no longer standing. Fiona is standing. Oh, she just disappeared off the map.
Got you. Sorry.
Don't know where she is. Put it back.
Yeah. Swapping places.
And then Fiona will. I don't need a bonus action to do this. She's going to ascend 10 feet and then take her remaining movement to be positioned up directly above me on the deck above the creature.
Cool. Yeah. I'm going to move her just over so that we have on the second. But that is going to be directly above you.
Legit. Okay. And Harold will once again reach out almost as if to touch the creature. And absence will fly out from his hand.
Incredible. Is this oh, this is from Fiona that it's being cast.
Yeah, this is from Harold. I'm just rolling.
Okay, if it's
Does a
from
20 hit?
Harold, is this a ranged spell attack?
Yeah.
I think a ranged spell attack in melee range is going to be at disadvantage.
Okay, I'll roll again.
Amazing.
This
Still
22
hits. Yeah, even with disadvantage, that hits.
Okay, I'll do 11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Harold, just sort of reaches his hand out as if to touch it, and energies, almost like he's moving his fingers through sheafs of wheat, and the energy lancing off of his fingers just sort of goes into the few that remain, and like the sparks when you rub your eyes, they just pop and shift out of existence.
Incredible. And suddenly, all that remains is the creaking of the boards and the sound of the water just beyond. We are out of combat. And
Harley charges in. Swinging.
I love it. This is Arlie's
Does it
time.
have knees? Does it have knees?
Amazing.
Anyway.
Absolutely love that. With that, we are out of combat time, and so we are in a more free-form narrative time. We are welcome to do RPing. We are also welcome to do like a kind of yada yada, I do this, then do that type of thing.
Arlie is immediately going to stare at the spectral figure that is like brand new to the environment if she's still there.
Yeah, so the Fiona floats back down to rest beside Harold.
Arlie's just going to be as like wide-eyed and rude as like obvious with, you know, with like bug-eyed is what I'm trying to. But I guess she's not gonna. She actually goes for her holy symbol, and it's not there.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I guess I can take a moment to describe Fiona.
Please do.
So in life, Fiona stood at around 5'10". Her eyes were the color of the ocean, and her skin was the color of slate. One of her bottom incisors chipped in a brawl when she was young, so she only has one side of the classic orcish underbite. In life, her hair was rolled in 2 tight braids along her head that fell to her back. Death, she appears same, but there is something terrifying about her aspect. The slate that was her skin is still gray, yet now a lifeless gray. air seems to move in a breeze that isn't indoors. Her eyes are downcast, not make eye contact with anyone in the room, and stands silent and unmoving, hovering 6 inches above the ground.
Arlie is going to turn to Thad and just be like in Kender, because she doesn't want to offend Harold. I'll say she's socially astute enough to pick up on a vibe, but I'd be like, what do you make of that? He cast a summon specter.
Thad has like picked up, like is leaning up one of the sailors by like the collar of his shirt as he's finishing like rummaging around on the body, and he drops it, and now he finally like fully takes in like really what's going on with the ghost and Harold, and just I have no idea what's going on here, but Thad's posture towards the ghost is not fully friendly yet. There's still like a little like
I think that earns an inspiration point. That you got 4 of us almost spit taking on that. That is a point. I'm gonna give that a point of inspiration for your offhand ghost. That was great. Give yourself a point of inspiration for that.
Thank you.
I laughed so hard I'm like tearing up.
Well done. We keep it easy here, Your Legion. If we're happy, you're a good inspiration. That simple.
Nice.
Sorry to interrupt, man.
I mean, I needed it earlier this evening, so I'm glad I had it now. But no, it's not fully like that is not fully in combat mode, but I assume that it would be like when everybody was strapped with swords in the gentry, and you came across like a strange dude who was also strapped with a sword. There's like a certain posture you just might like, sort of take. But then Thad's attention like quickly goes back to the bodies, and then not in Kender. He looks to you, Harold, and he goes, I really want to know what happened here, but we have a problem that we need to solve almost immediately.
Impu's swords slowly turn from the black metal back to shadow, and then slowly just disappear from his hands. And he, picking up on what Thad just said, is like, I agree. These creatures are not. I feel really stupid saying this. From this world. I think that's pretty obvious. Does anyone know how they could have come here?
Is it? I was looking at the bodies for some sort of artifact or talisman or something that maybe might have infected the two of them, but I think that we need to call the first mate down here right now and find out who else in the crew knows these two men, as they are the only point of contact that we have with whatever that thing was that changed Harold.
I feel like cinematically when Impu says that, Arlie would just like nervously glance at like every other of the player characters that like remember more than she does. Like, but then Thad's suggestion is to the point.
It didn't change me.
What? I'm sorry, I saw you go down and then you came back up and you could use, I named the spell, the technical name of the spell, Command.
Inpu changed me.
You can They can do that now. They can. I mean, I know that they did that with my sister, but that's not a thing. You can just. It happens that fast.
The gods can choose representatives at any time. Your Arlie here is one, for example. The cleric is the most common form of representative for the gods. I have chosen a champion. Harold has become my representative. Later on, he and I must discuss the terms of our agreement. But, yes.
So he goes to high five Harold with her necrotic hand. And then maybe
Thad having a +0 to wisdom, a -1 charisma, but a +5 intelligence, immediately forgets about everything else that he's doing and turns to Impu and goes, "Am I the Herald of Krampus?"
No. You are not.
What am I?
You are you. You are human?
Mortal. Honestly,
Magic
that it's not
user.
worth it. It's not worth it. It's a whole kettle of fish.
What were we? Thad looks down at the bodies. Oh, how far does message go? 120
Elric,
feet.
by the way,
Is that-
Elric, you were the one person who saw, right, where these things came from.
Yep. I'm just letting them go ahead and get through this, but yeah.
Classic.
I mean,
I will
Impu-
talk a little
Impu-
bit, and I will attack a lot. That is Elric to a T. I love it. Sorry, keep going, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. Seeing Arlie's hand, Impu is very concerned, and you took damage in this last encounter. Would you like to be healed?
If it's possible at this point, I'm a bit worried that if I heal myself, I'll be resurrecting the swarm itself. I don't know how connected I am physically to the horrors that appeared out of nowhere.
Yes.
Yes.
I would also like to take some time to study your hand. That
Have at her.
is not normal.
That's what Wyhan said.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And
As you,
I would like to...
yeah, go for it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to remember.
Okay,
who I was asking.
as Arlie and Impu are talking, Thad, you see clumping down and then standing over, because you're at the hold. There's like just an open pit with a ladder coming into the hold. You see at the top of the ladder a looming form of June the Turtle, and you see the small form of Lemmy the Quartermaster just looking down, going, And the voice calls down, "Hey guys, got your message. What is he? Oh dear, looks like there was a bit of a fight down there. You all right?"
Master Light, we either lost 2 good sailors or had 2 traitors aboard the ship.
Oh dear.
There was also a...
So I suppose the third guy was just a bad sailor.
Oh, no, he didn't make it in the scuffle.
Right. That's a shame. Well, I can say that I did speak to them when they came aboard. They seemed like pretty good chaps to me. But, oh dear.
Did they know anybody on the crew, else on the crew, and they came together?
Yeah, they were just some of the sailors. Some of those sailors you brought, they've been working with Poppin. As I said, I made sure that I interviewed everyone to make sure that they were top ship. I always have trouble with this expression. Ship shape. That's it. That's ship shape. That was what Salome always said. I made sure they were ship shape.
Um, I asked him to like find the rest of their belongings, like wherever their little kit was set up or allowed to be set up, like wherever there was to store their personal belongings.
Yeah, totally.
And to figure out if they had any other acquaintances amongst the crew, but not to alert yet the rest of the crew that there's been anything like really wrong that's happened. And then I want to ask the quartermaster to recheck our entire like inventory for any kind of, and maybe this is where Arlick might want to chime in with information that Thad doesn't know he has. But I want to take apart all of our inventory and I want to check it for any kind of like bad cursed objects that might have spawned this thing. Because we're out to sea, right? This happened when we've already left. Like we're not in.
You're not in port. You're not far from Calaman, but you're beyond like the magical barrier.
Have we lost sight of landfall?
No.
Okay.
No. Still certainly close enough.
But if so I do say that out loud, but I'm giving orders to try and figure out how far this infection.
So I will say, So the crew all sleep at the bow in the lower decks, and a series of hammocks. June is able to convince them to go aboard up deck, anyone who isn't already. Most of the crew's already on the top deck because this is the Maiden Voyage, not only of them as a crew but as a ship, so there's like a very superstitious quality to the Maiden Voyage. Certainly a reason you might want to keep what just happened under wraps. June is able to call the rest of everyone up so that you have time to do an investigation, so I'll ask you to do an investigation roll. Elric, do you want to add anything to Lemmy's searching as well? Lemmy will give you advantage on this roll.
I'm misunderstanding the question. Do I want to add anything? Do you mean like narratively?
Does Elric want to? Because Thad is searching for like where this swarm came from,
well,
but they're acting with a lack of knowledge, right? None of them saw this.
Okay, so is this what your response to mine is? And when you say please roll, is that what you meant?
No. Sorry. My bad. So Sam is going to roll an investigation check with advantage because Lemmy's helping to search through the belongings of the other crew members.
Right. Well, I mean,
but they're not,
I'm sorry.
But they don't have.
As soon as all that started talking, I'm so sorry. When they started talking, Elric just when like the crewman that came down started talking to us, Elric just shifted and started walking right towards the point of origin that he detected it from.
Yeah, which is the cask, which had the world tree stamped onto it. That world tree has been blackened, bubbling with like a ichor sap, and the symbol has actually been lost as not as it's like someone's torched the outside. But you clearly saw that it was branded with this symbol, and that's where they came from.
Right. It's in the cask is now opened, or is it still
a sealed cask? Yeah.
Okay. I try to lift it.
It is full of liquid. I think you can give me a strength check if you want to try to lift it. I don't know what a full barrel of ale is. I'm going to say this is a DC 10.
How many gallons is it?
It's like the ones that the hobbits fit in when they were escaping from the forest. Okay. You know that? Yeah? They turned it into a whole action sequence in the second movie of what should have been one movie.
Gotcha. All right, 17.
Yeah. If you weren't tattooed with this magic, you wouldn't have lifted this cask. Your feet would have gone through the deck boards.
Oh, God.
But you have a magical tattoo that disperses weight because you weigh so much. And you have an incredible strong back and arms. You are able to heave this massive cask of ale up.
Great. I'm going to bring it over to the party and place it in front of Thad.
Amazing. As Thad is talking about where to find what's going on and all this stuff, kung.
Yep. And then he says to Arlie, not out of nowhere, out of here.
Arlie is going to go full knowledge cleric and just get her mangled paw and hand all over. So just, what is this? What is this thing? Where did the swarm come from? I don't know what you want me to roll.
Yeah, with I'll say it's an Arcana check.
What if she takes 20? That doesn't exist anymore. But I miss
Right,
it. So.
Arlie doesn't have her magical book anymore. That was returned to the library.
I feel like I knew that and I forgot, and I'm relearning. What a good little librarian.
Right. Remember to return your library books, kids.
Did she show? I don't remember that. Coy, did she go into a trance and she was like, "Well, this goes here"? Probably.
At this point, I don't know if it was something we played or something that I planned to play and we skipped over it and it didn't happen, but it has happened. It's canon. We can always go back and have a flashback.
Shelving.
It might be a flashback at this point. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So Thaddeus is going to be going to search through the people's. Yeah.
Can I just the first thing while whatever magical stuff is going on with that, I do if like immediately seeing the symbol, I turn to Lemmy, who is the quartermaster, who I believe is responsible for having brought all of the inventory aboard the ship, correct?
Yes, technically. I can say that this alcohol was not my personal choice. I was superseded by the executive officer, who I believe was operating under the orders of stocking up on grog. I don't want to put words in your mouth, June. Oh yeah, I was told I had to make sure that we had enough, so I went and I got a lot of the good stuff.
Where did you buy this bottle?
Oh, I bought it from... June goes into a long description. You realize that he got this barrel from one of the local ale houses that the brewmaster had found themselves following, very sympathetic with the plight of the crew, and so got a very good deal on all of this alcohol. The brewmaster, having been really taken by the heroics of everyone of the wandering cleric's retinue, was very kind in giving, as I said, a lovely discount on all this alcohol, and was out of devotion or a sense of camaraderie, branded a symbol of the world tree into each one of the casks that they gave to you.
See, normally, oh geez, I was on mute. Sorry, I sneezed into my microphone. Arlie is like, normally I would love that. Oh no, I don't know if she's there. Never mind.
Yeah, you are fully.
Oh, okay. Normally I would love that. In this moment, don't love it.
Oh, what would that be?
Ow.
How many more barrels are branded with this symbol? And where are they?
You're able to, with June there, June's able to go and like point them all out to you. You find two more have the like etched, scorched markings that you found on this one. And there are 7 others that remain totally normal, but branded with the World Tree marking. Inpu has healed Arlie with a magical healing word, I believe. Casting healing. Is it healing word or healing touch?
Prayer of healing.
Prayer of healing. Wonderful. So Inpu casts prayer of healing. And Arlie is back to full hit points. And I'm just catching up on our behind the scenes stuff. This is great. You are also going to study this necrotic scar. So I'm going to ask for an Arcana check from you, Inpu. If anyone wants to cast good and evil on the barrels, they find them just inert barrels. These are just holy symbols. Less.
And what happens to me when I cast? While Inpu studies my hand, I'm like, hold on. And I go and I...
And you cast? Amazing. Roll me a d20.
Sure thing. Sure thing, Beth.
That was a horrible roll for Impu. He has not been studying for a long time. He's been trapped for 400 years, so he's
Inpu, with
his,
that
his
roll,
memory is fuzzy.
No, not at all. Not at all. Impu, you are a god of death. There is a lot that you are aware of, both in life and in death, because everything living eventually dies. And so you end up with, like, through osmosis, you end up with quite a large knowledge of what is alive. There's little that you do not know, but there are things that escape your attention because they neither live nor die. And the wounds that you see on Arlie's hands fit within this gap of knowledge that you have. Neither living nor dead. Juniper, with a 13 on your casting... You're detecting good and evil. So you cast good and evil. You feel almost like when a drop goes, there's like a certain kind of like that feels almost like when a squid fires itself away. There's something in it. Maybe it's the movement of the ship. Maybe it's something deeper. But the magic is cast without a problem. And you are able to cast good and evil, and on the barrels, they all are quite inert. These are just simple symbols made by someone who might consider themselves devout, or maybe it's like, this is just a simple symbol.
I'm not rolling very well, but I am convinced... Sorry, I'm talking to Arlie's voice, but I'm clear. But I'm convinced that that has to be a portal. That has to be. But Arlie
Yes.
can't figure it out.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Claire. So what I will say is that without needing to roll, you are beyond the magical barriers of Kalaman. The world tree itself has been infected with this void. And therefore, all representations of the world tree are potential... I'm thinking of vectors. They are all potential vectors from which the void can access.
I really think we should artistically sort of transform these into something else immediately. I really think that all we need to do is just take a bit of a knife, not send it all the way through, but we have to change these.
I cast mending to fill in each of the right there. You said they're carved into the barrels.
They're like branded, yeah. So it's like with a
Yeah,
But mending, you could totally do it with a mending for sure.
So I with mending, I just completely wipe away all of it.
Amazing.
Just
so
like
he's, yeah,
a
so he's,
a little patch of shadow just sort of like bloops out of the finger, and then where it peels back in, it just is.
and when the shadow's gone, it's just, as I'm just honoring our legion here, when the shadow goes away, it's just a little piece of broccoli. Incredible. Gotta honor the chat. Love you, chat. Amazing. So that's what's happening there. I'm going to turn to Harold because there's been a little bit of action going on. Harold has an opportunity to have been just passively a part of this or spending the time doing something else.
Harold is just taking it all in.
Amazing. In that case, Harold's passively being a part of all this going on. You're able to deface or mend all of the barrels. I will still ask for that investigation check, but now you have advantage, and I will say +3 on your roll, going through Actually, you know what? Never mind. You actually literally know what you're looking for. You go through all of the sailors' belongings, and you find a number of symbols of Zivelin. These have been created by hand carved. The crew knows who they're sailing under, and a lot of them decided to carve themselves symbols under the god which your cleric hails. So you're able to pull a number of those out of their personal belongings. You assume that there probably are some more on the crew themselves. You are able to find two pennants on the dead bodies that are also of these symbols, and you are to collect them. And yes, Arlie, your shield has a symbol as well.
I don't. Crap.
As we are wrapping up to the end of our session, I am going to say that we have a bit of downtime. So, we know that we have set sail towards, and I'm just going to move ourselves over to our lovely map, because maps are awesome. Let me give the chat a little view of this map, because maps are awesome. Oh, that's not as visible as I thought it might be. Let's turn up the light, shall we? Would that help? Does that help? Does it?
I can see it in Foundry.
Can you?
I see it fine in Foundry.
Yeah, it's fine in Foundry.
Okay, amazing. Our viewers are just having a blank screen. I want to show them the map, just so that they can see what's going on. Looking at the map, there we go. Looking at the map, there is. I will put it here for you so that you can see. Over here on the island of Carthay. This is where you were told is the portal through which you can access the Shadowfell to be able to reach the first part of this staff, the 7-section staff. That is quite a bit of a journey. You have stocked up for it, but it would take you at least a couple of weeks. So you have time over the next I'm going to say we have like 15 minutes before we end our session. So we have time to discuss what we want to do. If anyone wants to do some long-term planning, I assume that we collect all of the symbols of Zivelin together from the sailors and just take them away. I'm going to ask that we roll a group deception check. This will be a DC 14 if we want to keep what just happened on the Maiden Voyage a secret.
How do we do that?
I'm going to say everyone rolls deception, and we are going to take the median of that.
Brutal, dude.
So we have a 10 from Inpu. We have a 19
Inpu's not
from
one for deception.
Arlie.
Casting guidance.
Casting guidance, love it. So we have a low of 10, a high of 19 so far. A 4. Oh, that's no plus 4.
Oh, God.
So that's plus 4 for everyone, I guess, right? Is that right?
No.
Or just for you?
No, that's a 4, and I haven't rolled guidance yet. I rolled a 4 on my D20. Okay.
Yeah, got you.
I'm having a bad night. But I got a 3 on guidance, which can go to the final score.
7,
Sure.
10, and a 23. That means
That's a
that
net 20, buddy.
that's our medium is over. So that means our median is over the DC of 14. So as a group, you are
that's so
collectively
funny.
able to keep it secret. The crew does not know what happened to those 3 crew members. You are able to say that basically they just didn't board the ship, or you thought they boarded and they somehow left. They might have gotten scared or whatever. You don't even have, but they are now assumed to have not even boarded with you. You have not lost anyone so far, according to the crew, and there has been no super secret, dangerous battle with the divine creepiness of the void. Very well done.
Hold on 1 second before we move on. Alberta
yeah.
did give us advantage, but we didn't need it because Elric raise the bar, so I just wanted to make sure that we clocked
Okay.
it. That we got.
We have banked
got
an
a stop.
advantage. If we have one more advantage today before we finish, that's there in our pocket. Cool. So, in the remaining few moments, what would we like to do with
Could
our
we
time?
get more supplies? Dragon's Graveyard is technically on our way and should be a port.
It is, but it is also technically under command of enemy forces at the moment. So it would be like a full thing.
Let's
If
go
you
assault.
want.
Let's go assault it.
Inpu would like to two things. One, if we have time, or as you and I discussed earlier, Koi, perhaps this is an out of session sort of thing, but would like to discuss with Harold what it means now to be a champion of Inpu. But Inpu would like to question. Remind me if I'm mistaken. More people, not just Arlie, has the scar of the void caused necrotic, right? Or is it just Arlie that has it?
Harley's the only one you've seen. You see evidence of
Okay.
it on the dead crew members.
Right.
But you haven't seen on anyone else. I
Okay,
will
cool.
say that the crew is over the next few hours, and into as the sun begins to set, the crew does see Impu and Harold spending time together on the deck, talking privately. This is something that we will cover the clarity of out of game, and can be relayed.
No, it
another
should
time.
happen in game.
Okay, we can do it
Okay.
next session then, if you'd like.
Sure.
Fully, I don't want to waste time on that in terms of other finishing moments. But I will say that Inpu is at the helm as there is a discussion around where to go to next.
Yes, and I was just going to say, Impu is also very curious as to what everyone's adventure, like why they were taking off. What were they in the middle of doing? What did he interrupt, essentially?
Fully, you get a breakdown of the needing to capture the 7 broken pieces of the 7th section staff, this magical artifact. You know that they tell you that the first one is they've found the veil has found the location of the first one. They're hoping to get it to counter what they believe is a very dangerous lich, going by the name that they understand of Nire, and that they are all traveling to the island of Carthay, which they believe is their access point to the Shadowfell to be able to access this first piece.
So you were all traveling to this. What was the name of the place again? Sorry.
Carthay.
You took away the map. You took away the map. I was gonna read it from the map, but you took
I'm
away the map. I'm sorry.
sorry.
That's okay.
I moved to a... yeah.
So you are all on your way to Carthay. Any particular reason why?
Everyone will be here who needs to be, or who believes they would be.
I ask because I know this place very well. Someone I know lives there and is the guardian of a particular portal. You wouldn't happen to be traveling to take this portal somewhere?
Are you
Yes.
asking us or telling us?
I'm asking because, as far as I know, there's not much else to do at Carthay. The beaches are not very nice. They're very jagged. They're not comfortable. And you seem to be very in a hurry to collect these pieces of staff.
Yes. We're going
Go
to
to
Carthay.
Carthay to enter the Greylands.
I can take you there now if you wish. I have the ability to do so. Not everyone on this boat, of course. That is a little beyond my realm at this time. But the four of you, that can happen right now.
I need a moment.
Of course.
And Elric walks over to Thad and kind of like sweeps wings over the both of them and tries to guide them away from the group.
Love
Yeah.
this sidebar. Love it.
Yeah, it's just like our cone of silence thing.
This is very intimidating.
Is this seeming familiar to you?
Familiar. Being
The tree, the tentacles, the darkness.
I know we all experienced something on the other side of that portal, but I have no recollection of it.
Okay.
If you mean, is there a sense of foulness to the empty space where those memories is that triggers something when I see the corruption on the Tree of Zivlin? Then yes, but I'm beyond my keen here. Ken, however you say it in the lowlands.
So you remember nothing of that time, nothing of that world, nothing
No.
of you.
I remember hanging on to the window pane as gravity shifted sideways. I fell into the portal, and then it's the smell of sweat and leather. The taste of alcohol and being hit in the face. It's
And Elric, yeah, as Thad's talking, Elric just like undoes his jerkin here and just says, "You don't remember me," and points to the Elric that's on his chest.
Tattoo of a human, I believe.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunate.
I failed my
kinda
check.
Yeah.
I failed my check at the top of this adventure.
And then, so he turns back around and like cones of silences and turns back around, comes and joins the party, leaves Thad just kind of sitting there.
Amazing.
That starts to like really in all of the adventure now understand that maybe by not remembering this experience he's like kind of on the out. There's some sort of like heavy thing that happened that he's not a participant in with the rest of the group.
Cool. Interesting.
Well,
Can Arlie just slap him with her necrotic, like, I forget the name of the bad guy. The mother goat with 1,000 young. That's not it. The goat mother. I don't remember. Whatever. The mother, the bad mother. Can she just like slap him into another check? I don't know. I'm kidding. She would never. Thank you, Vikavar. Shub Niggurath. There we go.
I'll say that next time you have downtime, you can spend your downtime allowing Thad to have a reroll to remember this for sure. But it'd be like a ritual action.
Okay.
It's funny because I instantaneously remember my life. And
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you had no problem. You were like, I
Yeah.
got 2 minds up in here.
But both ways. Amazing. Yeah, Michael.
Clarity, is the seed, is the tree, the living tree, on the island or through the portal?
Where you are going is to the first piece of the staff, which is in the Shadowfell. The portal to the Shadowfell is on the island.
I thought that the first piece of the staff was in the tree.
It is in some sort of a cavern wrapped in the roots of what you would call a part of Zivlin. Yeah. But that is in the Shadowfell itself.
I'll turn back to Inpu and just say, the way there may not be clear from here, and we cannot leave this crew pilot the ship without us.
I understand. And I have and GM and Eric.
Amazing.
Eric, I'm not a GM. I'm playing
And with
today.
that-
Eric has no idea.
And with that, I understand. And with that, we have a pull out, and we're like, ooh, nice pull out shot. And then we're like, ooh, is that on a gimbal? And then we're like, ooh, is that on a crane? And then we're like, oh, is that a drone shot? And all of a sudden, the big ship that we were just on, the Apostate, gets smaller and smaller as we pull back further and further away, until it's just a tiny speck in a large shimmering sea. And with that, we will leave for this session. Thank you so much. I want to thank our players, Michael Keane, Sean Boyd, Sam Kilroy, Claire Hogan, Eric Fournier. Thank you for tuning in and watching, whether in the chat with us live or viewing from some other future time and place. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to tell your friends. That helps us, because then they watch. Follow us. Subscribe on Twitch. Someone did it today. That was great, Larry, and you killed it. Instagram, YouTube, we got stuff going on. And of course, last but not least, we have a whole channel where we do stuff. We got Baldur's Gate 3 going on. Wednesdays, we're Behind the Veil. We are taking a break with Behind the Veil, but we are going to try to keep that Wednesday slot alive. So keep tuned to Wednesday nights where we are going to do some stuff. I don't know. Have some fun. Play some games. My name is Coy. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be your storyteller this evening as our heroes shaped their fate, guided by the many voices of destiny. Because after all, you are not just the audience. You are Legion. Until next time, keep those dice rolling.
In Candlewick Manor, born to nobility, Ollie danced through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, the wandering Candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's now. Mystic from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, master the legalese, others